The Lost Treasure of the Atocha. It was a cold, stormy night off the coast of Florida in 1622. A Spanish cargo ship, loaded with gold and silver, was desperately trying to make its way back to Spain. But as it sailed through the Florida Straits, it sailed straight into a fierce hurricane. The violent waves tore apart its masts, ripped off its rudder, and within minutes, the Atocha was sunk beneath the ocean. Records estimate that at least $500 million worth of treasure went down with the ship that night, and its location soon became one of history's greatest mysteries. More than 3 centuries later, after resting silently on the ocean floor, the motherlode of all treasure was finally uncovered, worth far more than anyone had imagined. We recreated the story to show how one determined man and his team of passionate DIY treasure hunters spent decades searching for the shipwreck, and how their brilliant engineering skills and an old historic document led them to uncover the most valuable shipwreck in history. Where did the Atocha disappear? When the Atocha went down that fateful night, it settled on a shallow reef in the Florida Keys, a 200-mile chain of tiny islands. At the time, the ship's location was known, but just weeks later, a second hurricane shredded the wreck apart, scattering debris across the ocean floor. From then on, the Atocha's whereabouts were lost to time. The Atocha's cargo manifest. Though the ship was lost, records of its treasure were never forgotten. According to the cargo manifest, it carried 150 gold bars, 1,000 silver bars, and over 50 chests overflowing with coins. Altogether, this treasure would be worth at least $500 million today. All that remained was for someone to find it. Meet Mel Fisher, the treasure hunter. Enter Mel Fisher, an American treasure hunter. He had dedicated his entire life to diving, running a diving school in California with his wife, teaching more than 60,000 people to dive. Drawn by the allure of the Atocha's treasure resting in the Florida Keys, Mel and his family relocated across the country to begin their search. With little more than a boat and some metal detectors, they started searching the Matacum Keys area, a location referenced in several old documents. After a year and over 100,000 miles scoured, they had found nothing. To many, finding the Atocha in this vast ocean seemed impossible. But Mel had a secret weapon, historian Eugene Lyon. In pursuit of clues, Eugene traveled to the Spanish archives in Seville and uncovered a document dated just 4 years after the shipwreck. It revealed a search in an area called the Marquesas Keys, over 100 miles from Mel's current search area. Without hesitation, Mel and his crew shifted their efforts to the Marquesas Keys, engineering a solution to murky waters. Now searching in deeper waters, the divers faced a major problem: visibility. Though the water was clear at the surface, at the bottom, divers could barely see their own hands. Mel devised a brilliant yet simple solution. He attached 2 large tubes to the boat, lowered in front of the propellers. These tubes redirected clear surface water down to the ocean floor where the divers worked. Not only did this method clear the murky waters perfectly, it also dug large holes in the sand, revealing treasures buried beneath. The first clue, a 17th century anchor. Then, in 1971, the sand cleared to reveal an enormous anchor. It wasn't treasure, but it was a hopeful signproof that the real loot wasn't far off. Soon after, cups, swords, cannonballs, and iron nails used in shipbuilding started to appear, mapping the trail of treasure. The crew began mapping where each artifact was found, drawing circles to mark their locations. Gradually, a clear line of discoveries emerged, leading them to believe the Atocha's motherlode lay somewhere along this path. A little detour and a quick opera ad. While searching near the end of the line, a diver came across something special. An early version of the Opera web browser. Just kidding! Opera now brings you its latest innovation, Opera R2. With features like split-screen browsing, customizable themes, and tab islands that group your tabs by context, Opera offers the most modern browsing experience yet. Control your music without leaving your browsing thanks to the floating player, and get instant answers with Opera's built-in AI assistant, Aria. Check out the link in the description to download Opera and upgrade your browsing today. Following the treasure trail. Back to the hunt. The crew had been following the artifact line for 2 years without finding major treasure. Mel's funds were running dangerously low. Without a big find soon, the search would end. But in 1973, just a few hundred feet from the anchor, the crew uncovered a stash of silver coins and 3 massive silver bars. This find was worth over $100,000, but it wasn't yet clear if it belonged to the Atacha or its sister ship, lost that same night. Confirming the treasure's identity. Returning to the cargo manifest, the crew compared the silver bars' engravings with detailed records of every piece of gold and silver aboard. They confirmed that the treasure trail they were tracking did indeed belong to the Atacha. A new wave of success. The crew began systematically cleaning the coins through electrolysis and selling them to fund the expedition. With this fresh capital and new sonar technology, the search intensified. But Florida's state government soon claimed ownership of the finds, leading Mel into a lengthy legal battle. Meanwhile, discoveries continued, including 9 bronze cannons engraved with Atacha markings. Tragedy and perseverance. Tragically, just one day after finding the cannons, one of the boats capsized at night, killing 3 crew members, including Mel's son. Despite this devastating loss, the search went on, but after 3 years, the line seemed to have run dry. The Emerald Secret. Throughout the search, Mel often mentioned a mysterious document written by an Atacha survivor. It told of 70 pounds of the world's finest Colombian emeralds smuggled onto the ship. Mel wasn't sure where he'd read it, but he was convinced the treasure was more than just gold and silver. Victory and exhaustion. After 8 years of legal battles, Mel finally won full rights to the treasure. By the late 70s, he had spent over $6 million searching. Yet the elusive motherlode remained hidden. Every small find teased the crew. It was clear the treasure had to be somewhere along that line. A new discovery. In 1983, while heading to the search line, their magnetometer started lighting up. Divers investigated and found several metallic objects southeast of the known line. Plotting these on their map revealed a new branch of debris. They followed this new trail for years, uncovering small treasure pieces. The big breakthrough. Then on July 20, 1985, exactly 10 years after the tragic boat accident, a large, faint sonar image appeared. 2 divers entered the water to investigate. Following a hunch, Greg Wareham ventured about 100 yards east and found it, an 80-foot shipwreck piled high with silver bars. Nearby were chests overflowing with coins and gold bars glittering in the sunlight. After 16 years of searching, Mel and his team had finally struck gold, the motherlode. Hidden gems. Incredibly nestled in the wreck was a thumb-sized emerald worth over $800,000. Elsewhere, another emerald worth over $1 million was found. Eventually, over 2,000 uncut emeralds were recovered, proving Mel's story was true after all. Thanks for watching. And now it's time for the Primal Space giveaway. Congratulations to Emmanuel, the winner of our previous giveaway. In the next video, we'll give away another $100 Amazon gift card to one lucky viewer. To enter, simply sign up at the link below, like this video, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts about this incredible treasure hunt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.